Time now to ask the expert. Here to answer your questions live on the air about serotonin is Dr. Natasha Bhuyan. All right, Jamie from Phoenix asks, would increasing my serotonin level as I enter the menopause era of my life help with hot flashes and memory loss? What is best for ladies of that certain age?
I love that question. And Jamie, you're absolutely right. So when people are going through menopause, their hormones are decreasing. And when hormones decrease, your serotonin levels actually also decrease. And so people will notice they'll get hot flashes, but also might have mood changes. They might be crying, they might be irritable. And there's a couple ways to treat that, sure. So we know that people who have menopause, they can take hormones.
Yes.
And that does make a difference, but not everybody can take hormones. It's not safe for everybody.
Right.
So some people who have menopause, they actually take medications that boost their serotonin levels.
Oh.
And oftentimes it's medications that are used for depression or anxiety, but those medications, even if you have no depression and no anxiety and all you have is hot flashes,
Right.
the medications can make a difference for hot flashes just by boosting serotonin. So lots of ways to treat menopause. I think this is a great, issue to reach out to your own primary care doctor, and they can talk about the options that are right for you.
Oh, interesting. All right, thank you. What about the product Serovital? It's supposed to boost your energy, sleep, skin, and more. What does that help with serotonin levels, and does it work?
Serovital is a really interesting product. It tends to be more of human growth hormone.
Okay.
Now, people who are low in human growth hormone, when they take it and they get injections of it, it does help increase their muscle mass, decrease their body fat, increase their bone density. So human growth hormone is good for people who need it. Now, for the general public who take the Serovital supplement, there's not a lot of research that it makes a big difference. And I think as a reminder, this supplement, it's not regulated by the FDA. There's not many research studies. And so for this one, I tell people, skip it. It probably doesn't have huge benefits, but it's another one to talk to your doctor about.
Okay, always ask the doc.
Yeah.
All right, I've heard sunlight can help. How much should I get?
Yes, sunlight does make a difference in terms of mood. And this is why we hear about in the wintertime, people get seasonal affective disorder because they're not getting enough sunlight. Even just 10 minutes of sunlight can make a big difference in boosting up your mood. But I always remind people, the way sunlight works, it's just by visualizing the sunlight. And so you don't have to stand out in the sun for 10 minutes and get a sunburn. Always wear sunscreen when you go out in the sun because that increases your risk of skin cancer. But even if you're just looking at the sun through the window, that makes a difference in increasing the production of serotonin in your brain.
Oh, that's simple.
Yeah.
All right. Cheryl says, Cheryl from Phoenix asks, is there a blood test to measure serotonin levels?
There are blood tests to measure serotonin levels. It's a little bit complicated to get this test. And a lot of times, because the test is expensive, when we think someone has low serotonin levels, we don't just automatically order a blood test.
Okay.
Oftentimes we treat them and we do things to increase serotonin levels. And if it works, that's all we need to do. So we can sometimes just skip the expensive blood test if we don't need it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that can add up.
Yeah.
All right. How do you know if you are low on serotonin?
Yeah, so sometimes it's really by the symptoms that you have. So if you're going to your doctor and you're like, I can't quite put my finger on it, my mood is off, my sleep is off, my memory is off, things just feel off, that might be because you're low in serotonin. And your doctor can kind of go through and make sure something else isn't going on. They can rule out other conditions. And if they say, hey, we think this is a serotonin issue, they can kind of pursue the right treatment options for you.
Okay, great info. I feel like I learned so much. Natasha, thank you so very much.